was Asa more professional, I guess.
I love Blaze's intro. Shout out to everyone. Thank you so much for joining. 113 people already. Thank you so much. It was my fault, as always, for being late, but thank you so much for joining Go Live. As always, we're going to deliver dankness, masses of dankness, and we've got two gents we're going to get real messy with. I had to get my boys. In Team Blue. Big Cloud Gaming thinks this is a Xbox channel. I don't know why he thinks that. We'll talk about that. Don't worry. Listen, today we are going to get messy. Big Cloud's going to get messy. Blaze is going to get messy. And Acer's going to get messy as well.
The messiest of all of them. No.
Yes, you have been messy.
Saucy.
It's going to be messy. It's going to be super messy. But before we do, Acer, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to this. I've been quiet for the last few weeks, but I'm back now. I'm going to be loud. I'm going to be annoying. So let's get into it.
Good. Every time I go on to RGT, these two guys make fun of me for saying, you never even let Acer talk. Today is a different day.
It's his show. It's his show. The hell with you.
I agree.
Well,
Can't argue.
Speaking of Acer, isn't there something important we're supposed to do?
No.
Big Cloud, you're like 10 minutes early, buddy. Relax.
Oh no, it's not. It is a special moment, isn't it? It's time to wish Acer a happy birthday. Acer, happy birthday. Auto-tune fucked up. Acer. It's Acer's birthday, everyone. He kept it quiet. But we now know.
Not quite anymore, is it? It's a horrific mess of auto-tune. Thank you very much.
Auto-tune fucked up again. They're so annoying.
Yeah, he's now officially 42. Look at him.
48.
Looking young as anything. How are you feeling, Acer?
I've changed my mind. I'm not going to be loud on this show anymore. I'm going to melt away and be quiet.
Oh, man. Oh, Acer, you share the same birthday as Vincent Pella. So there's that. Tied it into gaming. How old are you, Acer? Do you want to tell anyone or now?
It may already be in there as a super chat already. I am. If you round it up or down to the nearest day, I am 40.
Wow. That's a big 40.
No. It's like a little lowercase 40.
Nah, man, that's a big 40, man. Congratulations, man.
40 years old. There you go.
Yes, it all goes downhill from here out here. But 40s are the new 30s. 40s are the new 30s.
What is the new 20s? What are you talking about? He's the goat.
20s. That's a bit too far. Come on, it's 30s is where you have the best time. And so 40s are the new 30s. Looking young, looking nice and fresh, Acer.
He does look young.
He does.
Trick
But
of
he's
the
dead
camera.
inside. Trick of the camera. Thank you, guys. Because Big Cloud, in his haste to wish Acer happy birthday, didn't even get his own intro in. Gents, listen, let's just talk. Introduce these guys. These guys bleed blue, and they think this is an Xbox channel. And on that note, we got Big Cloud Gaming. Big Cloud Gaming. I've just got your URL wrong in the description. Thank you, Hoggy, for letting me know. You are a man of many talents, writing for IGN, doing your things here, many pies, RGT fame. Tell the people who haven't perhaps seen you before a little bit about yourself.
I mean, I've been on here, it's like my third time appearing on the show. Like third, fourth time. And it's always fun. Again, happy birthday, Asa. Glad to be here on this awesome day. It's funny how he timed it for this because he knew I was going to gas you up for the show. Because every time we have this fraud on RGT, we mention you every single time. So I'm like, yeah, you're nothing without gas. So you're nothing without Asa. So he went up. But for those of you that don't know who I am, it's Big Cloud Gaming. You know, I used to do video producing as a freelancer for IGN. I'm no longer doing that. I'm now with lordsofgaming.net as a writer.
Shout out to them.
And aside from that,
Another Xbox show. Shout out to you.
Oh, wow.
Oh man, don't be called
That may be
God.
true.
Don't be called God. Don't be called God in the chat.
Real.
But aside from that, you also see me on like Boom Show. You see me, obviously, I guess here. You know, you'll see me, Iron Lords, and of course my show, RGT Podcast. Do a lot of big things. We've interviewed a lot of like insane people in this industry, and it continues to get better and better. And that's what we do. We've had Gas, we've had Ace on. Gas got completely smoked in the comment section. Nah, I'm playing. But we had him on here multiple times. I get Asa back on, especially. But as you guys find me, I'm definitely hyped to be on the show.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a while, but we had to get both of you on because for some reason, everyone thinks we're an Xbox show. I don't know why they would think that. Why? I don't know. But speaking of Blue, but inside he has a bit of heart for green. He is my fellow Sharmuta. He is Blaze 4K. I'm mad laughing, brother. How are you, man? You know you bleed green inside.
Listen, you guys have a green logo. Everything is green.
Everything's
The first 5 minutes of the show is PlayStation scared, yes or yes.
He's so full of it. I know. He's like trying
over here telling me that
know.
I'm in the Xbox show. I'm just saying, listen, I love Xbox.
The basket.
I'm cool. You know, happy birthday to Asa. Shout out to Gas for bringing us on. That's it.
Solid Cash, though. You gotta tell him. Solid.
Yeah. Solid Cat. Listen, my
I was waiting for you to plug it. I was waiting for you to plug it.
Solid Cast is switched from Wednesday nights to Saturday nights, which is tonight at 9 p.m. But yeah, we're gonna try that out because of my work schedule, and it just fits with everybody else's schedule. So
yeah. But shout out to you, shout out to Solid Cost, shout out to Rev the Legend, and all of you guys do a great show. That's why I've had the pleasure of being on multiple times, and I love it. And if they this time, because I had you two gents here,
cups of coffee, you'd be like sitting in the back row, like, "Hey, I'm ready." I'm like,
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Down to go to bed. You just like 7 o'clock over there. You be man, I can't.
Listen. I've had coffee. I'm pretty wired right now, but it's not just me who has been messy. It's been Asa. I want to talk about this first. Well, first topic. Big news. Well, inevitable, but Asa got messy on the Twitterverse. He made to share his views in light of the fact that, which I just brought attention to Asa's incredible mind. Asa, you can't be mad at me for watching your show and sharing a bit of it out. And I said, well, Google Stadia has died. And if you missed it, that's what's happened. They pulled the plug. Google, the multi-trillion-dollar company, couldn't make its way into the gaming space. Asa, the lovely gent, who Isla, I'm sure, will be there to plug his channel in the comment section. In a great video, you talked about this. And let's just talk about Google Stadia dying, and let's then move it into the angle of what this means for ABK. But to me, it's a massive loss because I really liked the tech behind it, although I didn't barely use it, but the tech was the best in the streaming space. What's your take on it, Asa, before you vilify me and these two gents flambe me for not bringing you into the show? And I'll do that every topic. What do you think?
I have to say, first of all, I did not get messy. You know full well, because you are one of the people that did understand what I was saying. But a lot of people did misinterpret it, and there was a whole load of Twitter notifications. It's like buzz, 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 buzz. You've got another 50 people that don't understand what you said. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Did my head in. So yes, Gaz, thank you for sharing that little snippet. I had a great time. Google Stadia is dead, and it was a long time coming. Everybody expected it. You could sense Google's ambition in that space had faded the moment that they sold all of their first-party studios. But like I said, Google Stadia's technology was actually really good. They had 4K HDR streaming, 5.1 surround sound. It was reasonably responsive and good to play. Good enough for a lot of people if they had a good enough connection to play it. But Google, being Google, gave up on it very early. They didn't leverage their position as the owners of YouTube and the owners of Google Search to put this thing under everybody's noses. And they walked away from that space. And I think that's probably enough from me. So BitCloud, did you ever have the pleasure of trying Stadia while it still existed?
Come on, Ace. I thought we were brothers. You should know damn well I was going to try that turd. Come on, man. I knew it was doomed when the moment they said, hey, guys, this is going to be the future. It's going to be like, we have it. We have the answer. We have it fixed. First of all, streaming games is not like streaming a movie, first of all. Number two, the infrastructure that you're talking about, you're not even like set up in that type of way everywhere, you know what I mean, for this to be a national hit. So it would have took longer for them to get Google Fiber, because that's, you would think Google Fiber, remember, that would be like their number one focus, to get that everywhere before they start announcing, hey guys, yeah, we're launching this service, you're gonna be able to stream all this stuff. So they didn't do all this. Then you had features that never showed, like they showed at the presentation, that never saw the light of day. For example, you never saw the picture-in-picture / walkthrough type of thing that you can do. You can watch like a walkthrough on the side and have the like kind of play while you're playing the game. They never did that. They never showed that thing where people can play, like when your friends are playing a game, you can seamlessly click on it and be there with them. That never happened. It's like, and on top of that, they didn't even have no crazy deals with any of the publishers for like anything massive in terms of like a AAA first party type of thing. They have indies, sure, indies are good, but that's not enough for this purchase, especially when gamers are proven time and time again they're willing to wait. So it never had a chance. And shout out to Phil. What was it, Phil Harrison? Yeah, Phil
likes to kill everything,
dude.
Wherever he goes,
this dude's track record is the worst track record I have ever seen. I don't know where he goes from this. I'd be a lot of people say, hell, he might go to Nintendo America. I mean, hey, he might have security at Nintendo America, because Nintendo, anything they sell or anything they put out is going to sell.
Bro,
but this guy,
so one of my friends, Michael, he said, the execs like him, they fail upwards. They get better jobs as they keep flopping. So you might end up, well, God knows where he ends up. It's insane. He has, I don't know if people can take him serious. I have to give a shout out to Hoggy, who is insane with $100 super chat, and the dollar is strong against the pound, so it's very appreciated. Hoggy says, happy birthday, Asa. One of the most...
that's all going to Asa, right?
No refunds. sorry for the auto-tune, but no refunds. No, thank you, Hoggy. Thank you so much. It's very generous.
Very generous, Hoggy. One of the most generous, if not the most... I don't know anyone more generous than Hoggy in this community. So shout out to you, Hoggy. You crazy. Yeah, Blaze, listen, man. I know you PlayStation guys are a bit...
Here we go.
On future technology.
You know what it is, Blaze? You know what it is? He finally played a game with us, which is Modern Warfare 2, and he thinks he has the right to say this stuff. That's what
we have to carry these guys. So
you had to carry Big Mike, who went 0-30. We carried me and Bliss. Let's keep it up.
We play first-person shooters. It's okay. If I told you before the game started, listen, you're a sad dad. You have to save your daughter type person from zombies, and this is a linear game, you would have killed the game. But Blaze, shout out to you, man. Google Stadia, man. Do you even care about it on this kind of tech?
I don't care, but I will say, out of all the streaming platforms, it was the most stable and it was the most reliable. And everything I've tried, I played a raid on Destiny, and it was fully functional. Although if you're sensitive to input lag, which I am, you could feel it. But other than that, I was playing at high resolutions, and it just worked. Like, it honestly and no matter what game I tried, it worked. If you were sensitive to input lag, that was going to be an issue. But the games worked, So it's not surprising that it's died, but it's surprising that it died so fast. I thought they would, because Google's got a lot of money, and it just shows you Xbox is willing to feed the machine until it works. Google said, no, we're losing too much money. We're not losing anymore. But Xbox is willing to sit there and hang with it until it finally gonna break through and work. I mean, once this whole streaming shit takes off and Netflix for games takes off, you'll see.
So you do believe in the tech? You do believe in the future of cloud?
No, I don't.
No,
I don't. I don't believe in it, because I just think it worked good enough if you have, I have a terabyte of internet, so my situation is different. But like BitCloud said, if especially people think, oh, America, you got good internet. Like there's places in America with shitty ass internet.
Yep.
Like that's like a big misconception that everywhere in America is great internet. That's absolutely wrong. But the other thing is, if I can play a game natively on physical hardware, I will never choose cloud gaming ever. And if that's what they force me to do, then I'll just stop playing games. Period.
Wow, well, that's a strong position to take. Well, I don't think native gaming will go anywhere. I think when I think of cloud, I think of cloud tech being complementary to the native experience. In that case, I will use it. And you're right about the input lag, but Destiny is a good example of a game that perhaps doesn't need to be that reliant on. You can't play a serious multiplayer game unless you're Snowbike Mike, that Mike chap who was 0 and 30. I mean, he doesn't make a difference if he's what's his name? I forgot. Your boy. He was 0 and 30. My mind's going blank.
Oh, Big Mike.
Mike. Yeah, Big Mike. Big Mike. You can use play COD on cloud. It's fine. It won't make any difference on your KD. It might actually help it. Shout out to Big Mike.
Or make it worse.
Not going to make it worse. But I do believe in the tech. I do believe that it can complement the experience. And then ultimately, you're absolutely right. The internet is spotty anywhere. Terabyte of internet, I can't even get it here. That's why I don't stream games, because I'm just like, my internet's not
getting
that
what
great.
we're paying for. Like, I'll say 2 gigs, right? You'll be lucky to get a gig if
my
you
internet's been
do that test. Yeah,
my internet's been cutting out for the last year. Just randomly, just shuts off, and like, I'm playing a game, I get kicked off. Ask Big Cloud. I can't even play multiplayer games as much as I want to anymore. It's just ridiculous, and I'm paying top dollar. PlayStation, what's their streaming bullshit that they had?
Now it was PlayStation now.
Yeah, they went with Guy. PlayStation Now. Listen, the problem with that is too, and I'm not, I don't want to jump off topic, but I thought about it. I'm like, dude, you're streaming a game over the internet, number one. Then you're streaming a PS3 game that's sub 30 FPS on top of that. It's just no wonder why people hated that experience. You're streaming a sub 30s. You know what I mean? It's just.
Yeah, plus all the artifacting with the thing and the latency. But the Google Stadia, what its advantage was, and why it required you to have that controller, is that it would reduce the input latency more than the other solutions. Correct me if I'm wrong, Asa. Is because you didn't have to contend with a Bluetooth connection, right? You had a Wi-Fi connection straight that helped eliminate.
The controller did have some odd tricks in it to cut out latency, but you didn't have to have that controller to use Stadia. You could use it on pretty much anything without it. Latency-wise, there's a lot of games that don't require immediate response. There's a lot of games that do. Doom was a good example that was on that platform and performed reasonably well. I live in a tiny village with not great internet, and Stadia delivered a 4K experience for me just fine when I tried it. I'm the same as Blaze. I will never opt for cloud streaming over native hardware. There will always be an audience that's like that forevermore. Same as there's always an audience for 4K Blu-rays at the moment. Netflix is great for most people, but the people that are really picky, no, you're not going to stream a good movie. You're going to own it on disc and play it at the highest fidelity. Games will be the same. Hardware will exist going forwards. But the big strength of cloud streaming is that they can stick it under anyone's nose on whatever device they're already on, TV, phone, PC, wherever else. You could, if Google was serious with that technology and they'd carried that forwards, you could go onto this show right now. We could be talking about whatever game we're going to talk about, and there could be a play button underneath. You just hit it and you're playing the game. That's the strength that Stadia could have had if Google hadn't lost their appetite for it. And it's a different audience. The whole point of cloud streaming isn't to please me and Blaze and Bit, and even Gaz. Gaz said he would use it a bit, but it's not for people like us. It's to expand the audience to people that wouldn't go out and buy a device. So it does still have a massive part in the future. And what companies are going to be involved is quite a fascinating question. But
Asa, that was working off a web browser. That's why it was so impressive for me. For me to like turn on Chrome and just stop playing the game, it was pretty impressive at the time. Like, I'm like, damn, you know what? This is a web browser and the game's just really just working. Like, yeah, there's input lag. Yeah, there's, it's saying it's at 4K, but when I would put up my little analysis thing that I paid like $300 for, it was saying it was really like 1440p or 1800p. It would always tell me. But the average person's going to look at that and say, oh, that's 4K. You know what I mean? But it's just a shame. When I asked this yesterday, I said, as gamers, as Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, the big three, Right, guys? Should we be happy? Should we be celebrating this loss? Like, get out of here, Stadia? Or do we look at it like, damn, like, should we be happy about this? Or like...
I don't... Well, that's a good question, because a lot of people are celebrating it. I will say this. In this space... So, this actually...
Nobody likes Google. That's what it is. Google
there's that. That's a great point. A lot of mistrust in Google. Well, like, what's it doing for gamers?
Yeah.
It's bad for gamers because the tech was good. Yeah. I mean, Google, we have some problems with it at the same time.
They ruined YouTube. The only reason YouTube has survived is because YouTube relies heavily on ad revenue and promotion of that sorts. That's pretty much what Google is known for, the search engine and ads. So it makes sense that they go hand in hand with YouTube and it works. But when it came to like a gaming console in this place or a platform, come on. Like, if you really expect that type of commitment from Google? And I don't know if y'all read the other part about this too, but apparently the developers didn't even know. And they were told literally, hey, listen, your game's going to be removed. That was shady. Like, wow.
That's a great point there, because when this died, and there's a lot of internet shit flinging on this point, everyone said, well, it's Microsoft's fault because Microsoft bought ZeniMax, and literally on almost the same day, Google threw the towel in. And they cite Microsoft's acquisition of ZeniMax, Acer, as the reason for catalyzing their demise or giving up on their demise. Now, in my opinion, they were never taking it seriously anyway, and that's a filter. In this highly competitive market where all the platform holders have had several gens under their belt, you can't expect to waltz in, even if you are Google, and then push a cloud streaming solution and not do anything. Because they own Google, the search engine. They own YouTube. One of our first shows when I was talking to you about this, as you explained to me, the potential of what they could do. Like, tap into YouTube right now. We're all watching YouTube. Same tech. Boom, you can play a game. Like there. It's there. They could have done it. They've done it on a browser. They could be doing all sorts of things. So this point, and this is what happened for people who don't go on Twitter, I shared Acer's video where very succinctly and well said, you just explained that it may be an opportunity. Google and Microsoft are openly hostile against each other. That's no secret. You mentioned the fact that Microsoft got butted in the Apple Epic lawsuit to cite Google and their policies where they didn't need to. So now they've just shut down. The CMA are looking at it. It's starting to get proper eyes on it. And we'll talk about Jim Ryan running off to the CMA as well on this point. But all you said was, well, if anyone has a potential argument, it's Google, and they may you said use that as an opportunity to fire shots at Microsoft. Why wouldn't they?
Oh, they're already talking about it. Yeah, it's going around.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. All Acer said was that might happen, and it could, and this is why. Just factual statements.
They have the capacity to do that. They have a position where they can argue that quite reasonably, and Google and Microsoft do not get along. You have to remember when Microsoft stepped in and sided with Epic in that very, very significant law case, like about the 30% store fee for all purchases and things. Microsoft didn't need to do that. It's in their interest to do that. They want to crack open Google's store and have a better experience for themselves, but they didn't need to do that, and they definitely didn't need to get Fortnite, wrap it on cloud streaming on a phone with a gift tag that says, "Hey Google, we're fucking you over, and there's nothing you can do about it." Yeah, which they very much did. These companies are hostile to each other. They will be forevermore. So if Google may have their own ambitions, may have changed to business and YouTube and all the rest of it, they have not pulled out of the gaming vertical entirely. It probably is in their best interest to weaken Microsoft's position as much as they can if they want to compete in any area of gaming. So to me, it seems very likely. Yep. And this is not me coming forward and saying it's Microsoft's fault that Stadia failed. Nobody's saying that. Well, some people might be saying that, but I actually haven't seen that a lot.
It was doomed. Yeah.
Well, I think some people
launched.
Yeah. I mean, it's stupid. I mean, if I pointed, and I was going back and forth with someone, I said, point to me at what YouTube and Stadia actually did. They didn't even market their own thing. There's no roadmap. I couldn't even name.
I have a better idea. Can you guys even name a month that anybody was talking about Stadia relative until this point?
No.
Yes, I talked about it. I talked about it every month. Every month they charge me. I said they are going to cancel before I do. They are going to cancel before I do, and it finally happened.
Nobody said nothing about this damn.
Ubisoft was really pushing that. Ubisoft was really pushing Stadia because just yesterday I'm like, I'm checking my account. I'm like, this goddamn Ubisoft Plus, man, they got me for like 6 months in a row. I haven't used anything on Ubisoft Plus in like a year, and I keep getting charged. I'm like, God, I'm going to cancel this shit now. I'm not getting charged another $15 by Ubisoft. I go there and I remember, like, I forgot that they have the Luna and the Stadia as a package if you sign up for Ubisoft Plus, and I totally forgot about that. I had no idea, but. There's a bunch of Ubisoft games in that category. When you play Stadia, Ubisoft is like a main focus. They got a bunch of games there. So,
I have to say as well, when I talk about Google weakening Microsoft's position, I'm not even talking about them trying to cancel the deal entirely. I'm talking about them getting Microsoft shackled in anti-compete regulations that they have to follow forevermore, and that is in their best interests.
Yeah,
it's not Microsoft's fault though. Anybody saying it's Microsoft's fault is a complete bro.
Hoggy, thank you for the $20 super chat. See all the super chats. I will read them ASAP, just because this is on topic. Xbox bought ZeniMax to compete with PlayStation. Well, ASAP, I think, disagrees with that. But PlayStation puts clauses in marketing deals to block sub-services. Facts. Both of these hurt Stadia. That's a great point. Both of those hurt Stadia and Luna. That's a great point. PlayStation's clauses actually also hurt Luna and Stadia because, there's streaming services. Amazon's in the long run. Google just gave up. Google's go to the market was also silly. Okay, Google's go to as in the cloud market. What's your take on that? Do you believe that? Because I think we remember this whole ZeniMax thing. We went back and forth while I was arguing keep it exclusive, and you're like, it doesn't make sense. They're looking at Google, and he says, Hoggy says he bought it to compete with PlayStation. Do you agree with that, or do you change your tune on that, Asa?
Me, whatever I said at that time is still entirely relevant. I always felt that was more of a move against Google and Amazon and the bigger picture. PlayStation are obviously, and it's funny, last week when we were talking about Activision Blizzard and what Nadella had said, I didn't say very much in it because I didn't care. That wasn't like an interesting quote to me, but the one thing that I said is that I think he's trying to focus on the competition with PlayStation because they're on firm ground there. They're on solid ground trying to get that deal through if you look at competition with PlayStation. Which is why I think that they came out with that angle, like, no, look at PlayStation's position. We're fine to get this deal through. We're fine with Call of Duty and all the rest of it. They absolutely didn't want the Google, Amazon, cloud streaming and tech angle of this deal to be looked at. It's going to be. They can't control that. But...
Yeah, fair enough. Before I go into Jim Ryan, I'm just going to quickly read these super chats. Thank you so much. Peter Baller for being a member for 9 months. Shout out to you, man. He says, just want to say Asa's 40th birthday this month. Everyone wish him a happy birthday. We did. And then some. Purple Tree Fog for being a member for 6 months. Thank you, man. It was happy birthday, Asa. Looking forward to the sauce tonight. Oh, it's just begun. Trust me. Doovie, thank you so much. He says, happy born day, Asa. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Flame, is that Lognet's own BitCloud? Salute, brother. Yes, absolutely it is. Splendiferous. Shout out to you with a $2 super chat because Gaz, what up? I think that's supposed to say brethren, but it says Bragine. It's happy birthday, Asa. Big man kaboom. Yes, blessed earth strong Asa. Isla, thank you for being a member for. Oh, just remember your support, the admin, everything. Happy birthday to Asa. To celebrate the occasion, you legally have to subscribe to his personal channel. Yeah, yes, you have to. Yeah. And then clip it. Select bits and put that on Twitter so he gets landed in shitstorm.
Uninstall.
Deadly uninstall. Nah, you can't. Deadly Headley, thank you for being a member for 4 months. He goes, Sony and Microsoft are eating from two sides of the same plate. Google tried to check out a different restaurant, but it didn't work out. Great show, lads. That's a great super chat as well. Shout out to you. Listen. What's happening, boys? Look. Okay, you guys.
Terrible
look, you PlayStation guys. Look, and that's fine.
He's trying so hard to egg us on.
No. But isn't it? Come on, man. Like, your supreme leader, Jim Ryan. You must feel pretty shit right now, pretty embarrassed right now that your supreme leader is like this. He's got carpet burns, they're barely healed, and he's back again to the CMA. He's gone off to offer some comments to them and say, just basically beg and say, look, what snitches, man? Snitches get stitches. I thought PlayStation was this big first person. You always beat your chest, Uncharted, The Last of Us, all of this sickness, and now you're begging for some mercy as, ABK. Call of Duty matters that much to you guys that you have to just forsake
it's a publicity stunt, guys.
A lot of this publicity.
It's a publicity stunt.
Yeah, he's
just acting like
gassing them up. Yeah, he's gassing them up.
Is that how
No. That's how Jim is. Jim's gassing them the hell up. Like, he's like, they're so important. We need them, blah, blah, blah. When the reality is, a good chunk of us are like, no. Especially after playing that damn beta.
So you're saying he's acting?
Hell yeah.
I think, no, hold on. I think PlayStation understands the value in Call of Duty and what it brings. Call of Duty is a huge game. Any PlayStation guy can say, listen, a lot of PlayStation guys might not like COD like they used to play it. Like, oh, who needs COD? I want to play these big experiences. But the reality is Call of Duty is a fucking huge game. Sorry for my language. It's a huge game. So PlayStation guys can spin it any way they want. But Call of Duty would be a huge loss for PlayStation. It would. But PlayStation hasn't had a multiplayer game in a decade. And they've been doing just fine. Ain't that right, guys?
Yeah, exactly. They've been fine. They've been sitting on their laurels. They play the sad dad single player formula, but maybe that's not enough now. They've finally agreed that they've conceded. Aren't they conceding, bro? They are.
Yeah, because they got the 10 live
service games.
So they understand. They're buying time, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think. They're buying time.
But why would you buy Bungie? $3 billion. You bought it. Doesn't it make okay? Does it make PlayStation look weak?
That's your ace card right there. But Bungie wants to be independent. They want to still work the same way. So I don't know what they're doing.
Listen, Bungie was a chess move. It was more like, okay, you're gonna do this, you're gonna buy that. PlayStation had to respond with something. I feel like they had to buy. I know Bungie wants to be independent, but listen, we own the creatives of Halo. You understand that, guys? The good creators of Halo.
I mean, it's not just that though. I mean, you gotta keep in mind they have those. This is where it's weird for me because they got those 10 live service games that's being made for PlayStation, and you got Bungie for expertise. That's one of the main reasons they got them is because they're expertise. So if you got Bungie who's gonna clearly oversee your multiplayer, and you got all the studios in the world that we know can deliver bangers, what's the point of crying about this 24/7 about Call of Duty? We played the beta. We can be honest with this chat. Did we like the beta like that? I know you kind of enjoyed it for the most part, right, guys? You enjoyed it.
I loved it. I really like it.
Yeah, I'm missing it already, honestly.
You liked it? I hated the sound design in Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Yeah, I hated the sound design. I didn't like what they were doing. Last Stand's back and all that stuff. I'm like, come on. Like, why
Last Stand was annoying. That's really annoying. But there were problems. There'll be fixes there. But be under no impressions. This COD is going to sell madly, even relative to other CODs.
Oh yeah, it is. They're going to make their money back
ever.
Yeah, they're going to make their money back from the acquisition just with this one game by itself. Now the question is the game going to get better after this acquisition is done? That's my question. Are they going to do what I think they're going to do, which is unionization, get rid of, you know what I'm saying, the old people in charge, put some new talent in there and actually fix it? Because
it'll get worse with Microsoft.
You think it'll get worse?
100%.
Man,
they get worse.
They're not going to get worse. They literally said, "We'll give you time to make games."
Yes, everything Xbox touches.
If it gets worse, that's gonna. If it gets worse, you only got one person to blame. That's Microsoft. That's their baggage at that point. So I'm just saying they got to make sure it gets better at this point. That's why hopefully.
I'm with you there. When Microsoft's management of studios is dog shit. So
he said it. He said in the show. He said it. Run.
I always say it. But there's always a sense of trepidation there. But Jim Ryan running off to the CMA. Oh, listen, man, I've been called a pony all of yesterday. So trust me, the internet is weird.
What? Cloud you funny for what?
I'll show you. Over this whole Google, all I referred to was Ace's comment about why Google Stadia and, this could be a thing that the CMA could use.
Yeah.
They just said, well, Google killed itself. Like, did you hear anything I said? Even 12 hours before that, I said, Google hasn't even tried. I was quoting Nicola, that PlayStation guy. And he was like, literally... And I'm suspended for about 9 hours or something on Twitter for telling someone to suck off Jim Ryan, which is pretty bad. But I regret nothing. But listen, it's bad look. It's a bad look for PlayStation. If they want to buy time, they're getting time already. They get 3 years. Microsoft is offering charity.
Yeah, you're
3
getting
years
an extension
on top of 2 years. Why should they do that? Now, this is what I'm saying. Like, Microsoft needs to stop being nice. Why are they a charity when Sony's out there snitching in the background, crying to the regulators and being obstructive and probably doing things to Google as well with Tim Sweeney and say, hey, man, come on, join us on this. We're here. This is the opportunity to try and get something more concrete like Acer suggests for anti-compete rules.
Yeah. You know what kills me though? Like when I first came on the scene with this during the PS4 gen with YouTube, I've been saying this for the longest time. Like, dude, why isn't Microsoft just competing? They got all the money in the world to compete. So when they do ace moves like this, when they buy Bethesda, they go and buy Activision, that right there just screaming that they are willing to at least put the foot on the neck type of thing. Because let's give it a buck. The 360, absolutely, despite all the failure rates and all that stuff, it gave us the best Sony. Did it not, Blaze? We had the best PlayStation out of that generation.
Did Gas say PlayStation's desperate?
It did.
PlayStation is desperate as hell as far as buying time for this.
Okay, all right. Yeah, PlayStation's buying time, but who's the desperate one buying studios that were multi-plat games?
Don't hate the player, hate the game, man. We got money. You're like, stop watching my wallets.
Hey.
Xbox is out there.
No.
Yeah, you know what Microsoft does? They back up their little money truck and they put Band-Aids over everything. They never really fix shit. Microsoft just puts a Band-Aid here, a Band-Aid there, and they keep it going. Listen,
I can't even argue against that.
Where's Call of Duty? Where's Call of Duty going to sell the most? Modern Warfare 2. Tell me.
I mean, obviously, we know that.
Well, okay,
we know the answer to that.
It's going to sell best on PlayStation, but that doesn't mean that they're not. If Microsoft buys it, you benefit as PlayStation guys. You don't have an annual COD game. You got people who actually know how to make first-person shooters, and it's true. You got Azure cloud infrastructure. You got servers everywhere. What does Sony have? Sony's renting servers for Microsoft. Now we cut all the fat. You get the definitive COD experience under ABK.
SOCOM has to be greenlit at this point. It has to.
I think SOCOM is in the works.
Yeah, it has to be greenlit. If not, then you're just wasting time. It's like a waste of time, and it's for nothing. Come back. Yeah,
SOCOM being a third person, because PlayStation can't do anything about third person.
Maybe Killzone, Blaze, with Bungie overseeing the multiplayer. There you go. That's going to be their at least stand-ins for a
Halo killer, baby.
Oh God, Halo's already dead. Halo killed itself. That's
agreed. Agreed. Well, I agreed. I'm there with you. Halo killed itself.
Okay, so nod to say like I don't know about that.
Asa agrees.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to add. It's like, if anything, Halo is a good illustration that Bungie makes sense as an acquisition because they have just proven that actually maybe it's not that easy to launch any live service game. So maybe there is value to buying a company like Bungie that can actually put out content and tell you how to do that. Apparently it's difficult.
Source. Wow. Xbox guys are not going to like that comment, but it's true. Absolutely. It's not easy, even for your flagship title under a studio that has the benefit of multiple millions, and you can't do it.
Let me bounce this question off of both of you. I said this, I've been asking this around, but how do you feel about Halo in this future when this Call of Duty deal is done? Like when this Activision deal is done, because I feel like COD's going to be the poster boy for a Game Pass.
I mean, at this point, why shouldn't it? Because they failed. I don't have any faith in 343. There are rumors suggesting.
Yeah, I don't see Halo getting the red carpet like they used to. I mean, they have to go back and just go back to like the traditional style and work that faith back up.
Halo's fine, man. Hey, listen, people think Halo is dead in the water. Listen, Xbox has has a unique ability to put out a game unfinished, unpolished. But then they stick with it. Like Sea of Thieves was dead in the water. Look at it, it's one of the top trending game. But what I'm saying is,
well, that's because Disney saved it.
No, streamer saved it.
Streamer saved it.
Disney on top of that with that
Summit
DLC.
1G saved it.
The thing with Halo Infinite, people want to say it's dead in the water. It might be dead in the water right now, but the core fundamental gameplay of Halo is perfect. So all they gotta do is add some goddamn content, and Forge mode will be unlimited content. As soon as they add Forge and it's accessible to everybody, that's unlimited content, man. So like I think Halo,
but you have
their gameplay is solid.
To deliver the content,
bro. Listen, they got rid of the cancer. They did chemo. It's gone.
What?
To work on.
Have you seen the roadmap?
Well, the roadmap is, it will get fixed. Halo will get fixed. But apparently, the rumors are suggesting, and Jess Gordon denied it, and then he said, actually, hold on. There may be truth to this. They may be killing off the 10-year plan, which would be perfect. They may be moving engines to Unreal Engine 5. Certain Affinity, hopefully, apparently.
That's something that'll be better. Yeah.
I think they need to do that, and I think it could happen. I'm very excited. It's sad as a Halo fan to see what's happened, but we've talked about it. But there you go. Bungie should be exclusive to PlayStation. I've said it before. Keep saying it again. Change your mind. Bungie, stop crying about independence. Just shut up. Just join Team Blue.
I think they are.
You will be reinvigorated by the competition of being the platform holders' primary weapon as well. Because after God of War, Naughty Dog is insane. So you've got some mad studios.
Yeah. Spider-Man, Wolverine, you got all that stuff. But what was I about to say? No, I actually do see that too. Like I do agree with you there. I think they probably will change their wording of how they say, "Oh, we want to be independent." I feel like they're saying that just for the moment, right? Just in terms like this regulator type thing. Because remember how like Microsoft with them saying they'll honor all existing commitments. Obviously, Bungie has commitments to the other platforms now with Destiny, so they probably still had that stuff going into Destiny, whatever, like the next Destiny or whatever they're doing. So they'll honor that stuff, but then once everything is done and everything is sealed and all that stuff is catered to, you will see a change in mind, and them say, "Hey, look." Hey,
I hope so.
Yeah, hopefully, because they need to.
It will be amazing. It will be amazing. Halo would actually be good after a while. Do you know why, people? Because they have pressure now to deliver a first-person sci-fi shooter. But PlayStation getting a game that's better than Halo may not be nice for Halo fans in the interim, but exclusive would be epic. It would just be great for all gamers. I'm sorry, it would reinvigorate a very kind of almost sometimes sterile first-person shooter genre, which is very saturated. But sci-fi shooters like that, they could. But there are some amazing entries. We're going to talk about some games later that look insane, that you may not even heard of, but look insane. Before we go into that, though, PlayStation boys lost another console exclusive. Little Big Planet comes to PC this month.
Ace, I'm about to break my PC. Please save me. Oh my God, we lost Sackboy. We lost Sackboy. That got leaked years ago. G4 leaked. If y'all remember the G4 list, pretty much every game that was on the leaked G4 list, that Deuce came on my neck over. Oh, it's not official. It's fake. Every damn game that's on that list. It kills me with PlayStation dudes. I get that pony talk all the time, but sometimes the PlayStation dudes really piss me off. Like they're like, "Oh, there's no way you guys putting too much stock." I'm like, if it's on this, it's in the source code. It's going to drop.
It's so stupid. Then you get some dickheads who say, "I will chop my PlayStation in half if it doesn't happen." What kind of people are these? And they have end up cutting their Spider-Man limited edition console. It's just, you never see these people ever. You never meet them. I don't know. Maybe they don't exist. It's fake news.
Oh man!
I love you, no, but come on. How does it make you feel?
He broke the damn saw too. Yeah, I remember his dumbass botched the saw. He broke the saw when he tried to saw it. No, it died. Right, Blaze? It died. The battery.
I have massive respect for Blaze. I actually said, I felt bad for the PlayStation as he sold that up. But respect him, man of his word. I'd rather be friends with someone who's a man of his word and
people
without
like
a console.
people are giving me a hard time. Like, you're an idiot. You could have even Sean Layden responded. Like, you could have gave that to a hospital. Sean Layden responded.
Yeah.
Sean Layden said that to you.
You could have gave. Yeah, you could have gave that.
Give it to hospital. Sean Layden, who's now joined Tencent, the Chinese government.
Exactly.
Sean Layden, who's against consolidation, but joins the biggest corporation that's all in the consolidation as an advisor.
Bro,
but.
Shout out to Sean though.
Anyway, I didn't want.
I like Sean.
That my console was in mint condition, and it literally just sat there as like a beautiful showcase. Like, I didn't want to do it, but I had another one anyway in the box, brand new. So everybody that was crying, cough, cough, Tony Polanco, get off my, you know what?
Did he come at you as well? Wow.
Oh yeah, but I
Bro, who cares, man? It's your money. You want to do with it? Do what you want. If yes, you could have given it to a hospital, but. You know, half these people cry about it, haven't even given an ounce of charity themselves, so they can shut up.
Exactly.
Anyway, but look, how does it feel? Do you concede that Little Big Planet now, all these leaks, it makes it day and date more and more viable on PC? Do you think that signifies that? I mean, it's happening, man. The gap is getting shorter between releases. This is a PlayStation 5 game. Come on, man. It's happening, isn't it? Do you believe that? Day and date PC?
I mean, at this point, come on, they're like already preparing you for it. If you look at like some of their state of plays, remember how like it'll say come in the PS5, also in development for PC at the bottom. Like it'll say they're getting you ready for that dreaded, hey, listen, yeah, PS5 and PC. It's gonna happen eventually. I don't know why people are just trying to push it off. That whole wait time, and this is what kills me about PlayStation dudes. They remember how it was like, oh, I don't care about that game. It was 7 years ago. Who cares? I don't care about the game. It's 5 years. Then it went from 5 years to 2. Then it went to like, it's 6 months, or no, it went from it's a year old, 2 years old. Bruh, that list is getting smaller and smaller. And the reason why, because they know what to do. They know how to get y'all with the dangling keys. I call it the dangling keys method. They'll announce the game going to PC, right? And what do, guys? Hey, by the way, state of play next month. Dudes go crazy. Hey, you know what? I was mad about this, but you know what? We're about to get something for Wolverine or Spider-Man. It's like
the carrot and the stick. They dangle the carrot after they hit you with the stick.
The bait. It's like, why do y'all even run your mouths at this point? Y'all go and buy the games immediately, half of which you are the most vocal on Twitter. Ironically, don't buy the games day one. Blaze, you already know this. They don't buy the games day one. But they do not buy the games.
PlayStation doesn't need day and date like Xbox because PlayStation gamers actually buy games. Oh, sauce. Isaiah. Messy.
I like that. I like that.
I like it too. Asa, Little Big Planet. I guess I don't know if you have anything to add to that, but it just seems like one of another game entering. Do you actually think day and date in PC is going to happen?
It's definitely going to happen with the service game. I say definitely. It's very likely to happen with the service games that are in development right now. They've already mentioned the studio that did the God of War port are already working on the PC port of a service game that hasn't even been announced yet, because that's going to be a day and date service game. There's two conversations around their release plans for their big titles. Is do they go day and date on PC, and do they go day and date on a subscription service? And I think you can say both of them well at some point, but I don't think we're that far along the line yet. I think they're going to take their sweet time. We've got at least a few more years of PlayStation games coming first, but eventually that will change. Yeah.
You guys don't think it's random? Like, why bring Sackboy? You know what I mean? There's so many other games in the priority list that people want so badly, like Bloodborne or whatever, but they pick
Sackboy. That's the first one I would want, but I think that's tied mostly with them and 10-6. Remember, they both own 30% and From Software. So I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'm not talking about just Bloodborne. I'm just talking in general. Why bring Sackboy?
Yeah, general. Why the Sackboy?
Oh,
people say Bad Seals, but Bad Seals, okay, you'd be like, okay, Bad Seals, Days Gone, Sackboy, right? But what about
Returnal?
What about Uncharted?
Yeah,
it don't make sense.
Well, Uncharted's coming, but the thing is, Uncharted's got that other team doing the port and not Nixus. Nixus has been the one that's been super, consistent and dropping games in rapid time. The other team still, I don't think, has dropped Uncharted to PC yet. It got announced, but it never dropped. So
he's not the mascot. He's definitely not the mascot.
The mascot. Someone says the mascot goes to PC. Who is the mascot anymore?
The mascot for PlayStation is probably Astrobot now at this point. Astrobot or
Astrobot?
Yeah, the Astrobot. Maybe
Mascots
Astrobot
died in the
Kratos.
90s. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking Crash Bandicoot nonsense.
Crash.
Hey, my sister's better than yours. Hell out of here. I remember that shit. That was a good time. Motherfucker used to protest outside of Nintendo and shit. Like, hey, Nintendo sucks.
I remember those adverts as well. Gerald Mack, thank you so much for the $2 super chat, bro. He says, your take on Stadia, spot on. I assume that's directed at you, Asa. Dorian Gray, shout out to you for the $2 super chat, because Jim Ryan bent the knee to Lord Gaben. Well, kind of, yes. And it has to. Look, well, the narrative has died, but what can you do? Now, again, it's not even the paint has settled from my source video, and almost immediately after that, if you didn't have any doubts that PlayStation is for the payers, PlayStation announced this absolute farce of a PlayStation Stars, a loyalty program. But whilst it's copying Xbox's loyalty program, it did something much more egregious and in terms of PR, bad move. It so if I'm laughing as I'm thinking of saying this, it put customer service behind a paywall. And what do you say to that, man? It's like, if you give us money, more money than other people, we will do our basic customer service and treat it as priority. You can imagine what the source video is about. I'm already weaving the things.
Yeah, you're priority.
I love it. PlayStation keeps giving me I just love it. I went to call my friend. I was like, bro, got the skit already sorted. PlayStation just gifts me so many ideas because they keep doing stupid things. Asa, this is stupid. Surely this is stupid. Yes?
Absolutely, yes. This is stupid. It's also, at the moment, it is Japan only, and it is very... I'd be surprised if this makes it over to our shores, because there's already outrage and a lot of pushback on it. It is ridiculous. It's kind of... to a degree, it's how the world works. If you pay more money, you get better service. But as a corporation with a customer base, you don't go and tell them that. You don't go and make it clear that you're going to treat some people badly. Screw you, poor guys, is not a good message to send. And the only thing that you can say as a plus is that the rest of the world up to now has experienced zero customer service from PlayStation anyway. So at least there's some opportunity to get an answer on the phone or something like that. It's never been their strong point. It has never.
Has one key point though.
You can give me your key point, but I want to know what your experience with PlayStation customer service is as well, like up to now.
See, that's the thing. I never had to call customer service because really, I never ran into no issues with my account. Actually, no, I'm rephrasing. I did run into issue, but this is back when, I remember when PlayStation got hacked and everything was taken down. You guys had to get back into your accounts to get all your stuff back. I used a made up fucking address, so it wasn't a real one, and I had to call them to transfer my account to my new one. But that was really it. I never really had no crazy issue with the system, but. Here's the funny thing about it. I mean, I know everybody's getting pissed off about it, but here's the thing. How many times are you likely to call PlayStation's customer service for really anything?
Yeah, Big Cloud.
But
you know what?
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I didn't even know where he's going.
I know.
No, the reason why I'm about to say this, especially now, there's nothing. But this is where it gets in that weird category because they're getting ready to drop that Elite controller. And Sony's fucking return policy has always been shitty.
Yeah.
Their customer service for shit like that has never been good. So you're essentially paying for the same shitty customer service that you have now. What's going to change with customer service? Then they're talking about how you need to buy 4 games a year. I mean, granted, we all buy at least more than 4 games a year, but it's talking about AAA full price games a year. And they're like, okay, whatever. And that's going to put you on the tier. I think Hunter said it was 1 to 4. You have to be level 4 to get into this shit.
Level 4.
Even with that, it's bro, no, you're taking the for the payers meme a little too to the heart right now. It's not even it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It never did look good PR wise. But
this is a slap in the face. I'm gonna weaponize it and make my source video before Sony does a U-turn. I anticipate a U-turn. But Blaze, what were you saying about this? How are we going to damage control PlayStation blatantly? Just being
first of all, guys. First of all, as PlayStation gamers, right? Yeah. I know. See, the thing with Xbox is you guys had a lot of games like, State of Decay,
filler.
All these, So what I'm trying to say is that as a PlayStation gamer, I've never returned the game because they've all been excellent. You understand that? So I've never had to.
Motherfucker, you returned Vampire. You returned Vampire.
What's Vampire?
You know what I'm talking about?
Masquerade.
No, Vampire.
Big Cloud is completely I don't even know what he's talking about.
No, you know what I'm talking about, you piece of shit.
What the hell is Vampire?
You know what I'm talking about, you piece of shit.
No, I don't. Shut the.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, piece of
shit. But no, it's kind of stupid. It's kind of stupid, but it's kind of funny at the same time. Like, I kind of like it because like you invest all this money and time. It's like, damn, like, you know what? My account should be priority. I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars, but at the same time, it's kind of foolish. Like anybody that has unlimited funds or has mommy's credit card can just get put at a certain slot. And I don't think it's going to be any different. Like, I don't think you're going to be put in a queue faster. I think this is just a silly topic in general. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. But honestly, I've really personally never returned a single game on PlayStation. I really haven't. Because I don't buy games that don't appeal to me. If I'm interested in the game, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to enjoy it. Like, I'm not like wishy-washy on games. Either I buy it or I don't.
Leo Lion, I understand you think you know something. But there's a reason why we're on this panel and we're talking because we actually did our proper research. You do.
I've done no fucking research.
Yeah, I don't know that. Why you gotta fuck up my bar? But
it's like,
there's a reason why we're talking about
the customer service. You get loyalty.
To get the loyalty tier to put you up in the list. You're cutting the line. You're paying to cut in the line. It's like Blockbuster or shit like that for benefits or the elite tier benefits. That's what it is.
I listened to people more than you. No, you didn't, Leo, because if you did, you would have listened to us and understood what we're saying. If you don't have to pay for the customer service, but you get prioritized.
I'm going to interrupt and be more diplomatic. So I want to know what you heard that we haven't, because I think, as I understand it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong and I'd like to hear it, as I understand it, you have to buy 4 games and earn 128 rare trophies to get to the top tier of customer service. I don't know how they define rare trophies, and I don't know if there are any games that do or don't count, but to me, you have to invest money into Sony's ecosystem to get to the top level of service. If our research is wrong, I'm happy to hear it. Obviously, I'd rather we were correct, but come, tell us what we're getting wrong.
Let's sit silently as Leon tells us.
While he fabricates his answer, let me go back to you for a second. That's just the wild part, because we all kind of meet that requirement. So are they going to look at your overall account, or is it just starting that day? Because we all pre-order games and shit. You know what I mean? Like, are they just going to cut us? It's going to be like a wipe clean slate for everybody? Because that's the weird thing about it. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Because everybody's met that requirement.
What does better customer service you get priority, but is it the same customer service but people will actually tender your request faster? Or will you have
you have fast? Yeah, you'll have the exactly. It's like are they going to greet you differently? Are they going to actually sound happy to talk to you?
Yeah,
they're going to be energized. Yeah. Like, what is the difference between this? It's the same customer service.
Yeah. No, it's just bad. Look, Asa, when you said what you said is correct. In the real world, if you pay more, typically you end up getting prioritized more everywhere. Like if, for instance, even with Microsoft, Microsoft's customer service is amazing. I'm going to tell you a story, which is true. I once dated this Romanian chick, but fell head over heels with this woman.
Sponsored by Microsoft, by the way.
Well, I say that, but I fed head over heels with this woman, the wrong woman, as always. I've always picked bad taste in girlfriends. And then me being, I used to be a little simp, little gal clown, as they say in Jamaica. And I gave her, she was living with all her flatmates, all these guys. Joke, yes, I get it. And I said, they were really nice guys. And they were like, okay, I gave them my Xbox. Because they just come over from Romania. They work so hard. Romanians work really hard. They were working crazy. They would love to have a console. They couldn't afford it. So I gave them my actual Xbox. They bought Sniper Elite or something, which I never liked, and they played it and completed it and all sorts. Long story short, I broke up with the girlfriend because finally my balls dropped. I said, bitch, you cheated on me. That's it. Obviously they got my console back. The guys were cool. They actually told me I was getting cheated on. Sad story. But I went to Microsoft support. I didn't even realize they'd bought a few games. They bought Sniper Elite and they bought something else. And I'm like, listen, this is what happened. It was bought because I saved my account details on the console, but it's not mine. Microsoft refund. They actually felt sorry for me. He said, listen, this guy obviously is getting screwed by the whole universe. The last thing we could do is just add to his pleasure. Here you go. But what they said was, because you've been, been a member for a long time, Xbox Live or whatever, paying member, look, you've never asked for a refund. I think something along those lines. They gave me the game completed on my console. They gave it back. Now PlayStation don't even let you cancel your pre-orders. So, there's a massive
you can cancel pre-orders. That's
tiny bit though. Tiny bit of context for that story before we move on from it. So Gaz says like she cheated on him. You're probably all thinking like, oh, with another person. She played a PlayStation game. That's what this is all about. Gaz is outraged.
My God.
That constitutes cheating in my eyes.
Then he saw a damn ghost shot. He's like, you dirty creature. Get out.
Hey, yeah, you can refund. Listen, PlayStation, the rule is if you download it, or I think if you download it or play it, but pre-orders you can absolutely cancel. Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah, you can cancel.
But no, listen. You see this controller right here? This is the Elite Series 2. This is my third one.
Yeah.
And it's broken again. The bumpers have all broken on all three controllers. But Microsoft, I got to be honest, when it comes to return policy, they're the best. They're just the best. They just do it. They don't care. They always just do it. And I got to give them that. Like when it comes to customer service, there's levels to everything, man. And PlayStation
customer service, limited edition consoles. I mean,
hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead.
Throw it towards And Splinter first with the $2 super chat goes, no, Gaz, man, a gangster, not gal clown. Big up yourself. All us men have to go through that. That was my rite of passage. That hurt, but I fixed it because she picked PlayStation. No, she did. But shout out to you. Well, another topic. Well, I was going to talk about the PlayStation refresh, and they're not passing the cost on savings to the consumers, even though they've got this Oberon Plus. But who cares, man? Look, that's a dead topic. Let's talk about something. This is in the topic, and I wanted to chat to. Let's just switch it up. We've been shitting on PlayStation just for for entertainment. But
because you're a biased piece of shit. No,
listen, man. At least I admit it. I'm not like one of those like journalists who's going.
Hey, you hear that chat? He admits it.
I admit it, bro. I can't admit it. And you've seen my source videos.
If you admit it, motherfucker, man, listen, man.
Listen, I am an Xbox guy. Asa is
now you're an Xbox guy.
I say Xbox guy, but I will share on Xbox.
Asa's my brother. You don't throw Asa in this. Leave Asa
I'm not throwing Asa under the bus. People think we're an Xbox channel only because
you are.
You said an Xbox. Shit. But like, okay, on this point, and chat. I swear, chat actually will piss me off if you give. There's a right and wrong answer to this question, but we'll discuss it here. It has been 20 years of Rare under Xbox. I want to talk about this. Well, this is where everything was celebrating Rare. Congratulations, Rare. Well done, Rare. Blah, 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 Rare. And you know me, I don't look fondly at what I perceive to be failures as well. But there may be some nuance to this whole thing. So I wanted to ask you, well, let's start with you, Asa, since it's birthday boy. There are 20 years of Rare under Xbox. Would you consider their, I say partnership or acquisition, a success or failure after this 2 decades of spotty history?
That's like quite difficult to answer as a studio, because they were obviously held in massively high esteem when they were with Nintendo, when they were independent and working with Nintendo. They were held as like champions of the industry in terms of the quality of their games and all the rest of it. Microsoft bought them to continue that. I'm not sure they ever really stood a chance of maintaining that reputation when they weren't working with Nintendo, because Nintendo are just like that, right? They have this this massive prestige that the media love. So critically, they definitely, you can look at the numbers, they did not live up to what they were doing then, and they have not recovered to that point since. But I'm sure a lot of people are already saying like Sea of Thieves is their biggest game ever, it's their biggest commercial success ever. Microsoft obviously bought them for commercial success. So eventually, after a lot of scrapping and clawing and dealing with a Microsoft that had a wavering interest in games, Rare have eventually come good for them, I think. And they're definitely not the same company as they used to be. They definitely do still have a quite distinct identity. They definitely have made some good things, and they have endured some tough times at Xbox. Doesn't really answer, does it? So yeah, I love them.
Yeah, I love them. What about you, Big Cloud? You've been shaking your head. You were saying, "Oh no!" before I even introduced the topic. Would you be happy? Do you think Rare and Xbox is a success?
I mean, how long have people been asking for Banjo? Because
a long time since they actually acquired
for Conquer.
A long time since Live and Reloaded.
I mean, and they just bought Activision with Crash and Spyro, and people are hyping that. I'm like, dude, where's the love for Rare? Rare could have been your studio for all this for the longest time. You could have been at this to compete, especially when Sony started the trend, you know what I mean, for bringing back OG characters like Crash. I was expecting it at some point for Banjo to get announced or Conquer to get announced or something like that of that extent, but we never saw it. So honestly, the whole handling of Rare, I just felt like, and it sucks, bro, because they're such a talented, team, you know what I mean? I just felt like they just got lost. And like all the other studios, they literally just got abandoned at that point. And shout out to Hassan Karaman, but that's literally what they did. They got abandoned. It's sad. You didn't see that same love or attention being thrown their way. You didn't see the creativity get sparked, right? You didn't see iconic characters return. There was no talks about the future or really, rekindling the past. None of that. It just went quiet.
So a lot of people blame. You're right. Your assessment is correct, and in my opinion, it is an assessment, it's subjective. But one thing I will say, a lot of people blame Microsoft for the reason Rare didn't hit what it did, like it did under Nintendo. But Rare, if you look back at the history books, was actually wavering. They had key talent, key personalities. Forget the names, but they're very instrumental. If you listen to how they devised games, the creative process was brilliant. Those personalities had left, and Rare was already starting to lose a lot of that magic. Now, it doesn't look like, it looks convenient that they transition to Xbox and then they fail. But you look back at what they did in this 20 years, it doesn't look great. They had grabbed by the Ghoulies, which didn't grab anyone by the Ghoulies. Had Conquer Live and Reloaded, and that wasn't a massive success. Let's be real. Cameo, Elements of Power, that looked great, actually, when it was prototyping on the Nintendo and they showed off what that looked like. We remember that inside the belly of that, the different dinosaurs and stuff. I remember that. And then when the game came out, they actually stripped away a multitude of things. They scaled down the game tremendously, trimmed a lot of things. Wasn't what it was supposed to be. Viva Pinata, I see you there, Pixelbit. A lot of people like that game. The game got a lot of love for people. There's a great game if you liked that. But it didn't.
Where's it didn't survive? You know what I mean? We haven't seen any more Viva Pinatas. Like, where is that?
It's a very iconic, very unique game. It just didn't hit. Maybe perhaps also ahead of its time. If something like that on Switch, for instance, would do really well, and the demographic maybe
I would argue,
was unkind to it.
I would argue that the last time we really saw a Rare strategically used the best was probably the 360 gen. I just didn't see them really get used this gen at all,
because
Sea of Thieves is the only thing that's out there, and Sea of Thieves, granted, it's survived, right? But that's due to streamers and the Disney deal. For the longest time, nobody was talking about Sea of Thieves.
Well, Sea of Thieves, prior to the Disney deal, it was Summit 1G. All the streamers, before the Disney deal happened, it was a wave. The peak was actually when the streamers started playing, and it was number one on Twitch when Summit 1G. Funnily enough, World PvP is what World PvP propelled Sea of Thieves.
They had an Among Us moment. I remember with that streamer, he put Among Us. They basically had that, and they caught a break with the game there, which is good.
Absolutely.
But
then, even then, Viva Pinata, you had Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, which was a fun game, but it wasn't a Banjo game. It had forsaken the platforming for these vehicle customizations. Great ingenuity in that. You could create cars with wings and flying. It was really clever, but feels like maybe perhaps, in my opinion, gamers are a bit close-minded as well to change, but there was no big GoldenEye, perfect dark banjo moment like you had with Rare compared to their pedigree. Then they gave up. And then if you type in Microsoft Xbox Connect Rare, you'll find that animation that was so funny of Rare being forced to make Connect games, and they just didn't hit until you get some reprieve financially anyway with Sea of Thieves, with player engagement, world PvP, and a dynamic world. But to me, Rare have not hit at all. They are very... Look at Viva Pinata. Look how crazy that is. Look at even Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Very creative.
Mm-hmm.
Sea of Thieves, very creative. Lacking content initially, but now it's doing well. Very creative. Everwild is so creative. Even Rare didn't know what it was, so they went back to the drawing board. I like Rare because you could tell this is a studio that really wants to do things different, that they have a desire and drive to deliver something great. But the problem is its legacy under Nintendo was so strong and so powerful, and just the impact could not be denied, that even like to this day, it just comparably it hasn't hit. I think the burden hasn't shifted with Rare, but I recognize that Rare are doing things really like striving to do things differently. Alvin, thank you so much for the $10 super checkers. Don't understand the constant relitigating of Rare. None of the same devs are there anymore. Rare is doing what Rare wants to do. I agree. Microsoft isn't going to force them to live in the past if they don't want to. Also agree. They don't want to relive the past. But that doesn't mean that they are absolved with their future titles. The Everwild was shown off ages ago. They stripped it back.
Completely scrapped it. And we had a good showing of it. It looked good from what we saw in the original show. It looked really good. I was like, damn, that looked interesting. And then news comes in. Oh, yeah, guys. Yeah, about that. We're going right back to... We're back in sketching. Like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but I admire that because they don't rush out a broken game. We've seen what happens with that.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're like... even Everwild, whatever the hell it was, just looked beautiful. So take your time, fix it, take your time. But it's studio mismanagement questions aside, I think Rare are a unique property, a studio, and I like the way they think. They really do drive to deliver. Alvin, thank you for the $2 super chat. Didn't have room in the last chat. Great show, by the way. Thank you so much, and that was a good super chat. Hoggy, thank you so much for the generous again $20 super chat. 360 Gen. Game studios put out games every couple of years. Rare made quite a few games. Xbox PS4 Gen. Xbox One, PS4 Gen, games started taking forever to make. We had Sea of Thieves, Killer Instinct, and Battletoads, latter to outsourced. Yes, they were. But that's normal now. The outsourcing is, you're correct there, Hoggy. We're seeing that with The Initiative and Perfect Dark. Another Rare property.
Where's Killer Instinct 2?
That's a very good question.
Yeah. I mean, we're on that topic. Where is the future? You know what I mean? We don't hear nothing from them. Where's the future? What's the future look like for them? It's hard to say because we don't know what's coming out. Killer Instinct 2, they went completely ghost on. Everwild scrapped. They're back to the drawing board. What exactly is Rare putting out in 2023, 2024, and so on?
We don't know.
We don't know.
Killer Instinct is not going to go back to Rare. They're going to find a fighting dev team to do that. But Rare, let them, in my opinion, leave them to their devices. Let them deliver something great. But just to finally bring this topic to an end, I just want to get your views, Blaze. Rare under Microsoft, we talked about, like, it's been a spotty history, perhaps saved by Sea of Thieves. How would you see a Rare under Microsoft, their legacy in the 20 years? I
mean, Rare was they were carrying the torch at one point. Rare was like the best thing Microsoft had at one point. And then, I think Microsoft was going through like a change. You know, Microsoft was shutting down all these studios at the time, but Rare is super talented, whether you like their games or if their games are for you. I think Rare will be all right. They'll figure it out. They're super creative. They really are.
Yes.
And they're super talented. I think Rare will figure it out. Sea of Thieves, like I said, started off on a rough note, but look at it now. It's doing well. So I think Rare will be just fine, honestly.
I think so too. I think you're right there. And I think people just, well, a studio that does what Rare does is quite rare, forgive me, but yeah, it's just like fuck you guys, but yeah, no, absolutely. And yeah, Pixel BitG, we do Xbox gamers do need some fighting games.
Leave Ace alone, he's the GOAT.
Now we'll talk, before we talk about the final topic, there are a couple of games I want to bring attention to. Now, I don't know if you two gents have played it, but this game on Game Pass, if it wasn't for Game Pass, I may have not experienced it. This is not me shilling Game Pass, by the way. I'm not Paris Lily.
Yeah, this. Like,
I'm not, but listen, I'm old guy and I like Doom, and Prodeus is a game you need to play. Listen, it's not a linear single player game with nice graphics, but it's got nice graphics in another way. Prodeus, if you haven't checked it out, people, please check it out, especially if you like the old school Doom. This is a game, the visuals are harkening back. It's a combination of, it's as always, magical. It's so nice to play. Visually, it's so
Wait, is this
cool.
it?
Yeah, this is it. Listen, if you like Doom, look, it's fun. It's
Actually, that don't look bad.
Bro, trust me, it's really just old school Doom, but brought into the future, albeit still going back to its old roots. It's so nice. Visually, it's so nice. Sound is nice. Combat's nice. It just feels like really good. Hundreds of user maps. I don't know if it does. I haven't tried it. I've been playing the single player. It does. Oh, you tried it?
No, I haven't tried the multiplayer. Go on.
No, sorry. Go ahead, Asa. You go. It's your birthday, man. I'm not cutting you off.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, the multiplayer might be really good, actually. I haven't played that yet. I do want to. Prodeus, for me, I didn't like it as much as Gaz. Like, I like the Splatoon blood that you can fire everywhere, but I played Metal Hellsinger before it, and that's way more engaging to me. It's faster and just sets a completely different tone.
I didn't like it.
Going from Metal Hellsinger over to Prodeus just felt like a dull drone next to Hellsinger. So
I have a different taste. That's quite interesting. I actually deleted Metal Hellsinger. I went like some ways final boss, that skull woman, fought her 3 times, and I just got bored. I'm like, I can't feel the music thing. It's not vibing. I did calibration 10 times. The rock thing.
My thing, guys, is would you be playing this game if there was content on Xbox?
Oh Lord,
that's a very good question.
We need a very good
Don't lie,
answer.
guys. Don't lie. Like if it was the next, you know what I mean? Don't lie to me.
We'll give Ace a pass his birthday, but you need to give a very good answer because you should ask a very good question.
I've been mostly playing PlayStation games lately. I completed Ghost of Tsushima, which I thought was incredible. It should at least
Hey, Blaze, fraud alert. We got another one.
What do you mean?
We got another one. Is this your king?
You finally beat Ghost of Tsushima, everybody?
Team Blue, baby.
Okay, I completed Ghost of Tsushima. It was a beautiful game. I think the Metacritic scores of Spider-Man 2018 and Ghost of Tsushima should be swapped around. Because in my opinion, Spider-Man is overrated as hell. It's so overrated in my opinion. I haven't played Miles Morales, but Spider-Man is overrated. Ghost of Tsushima is underrated. I think it should be
definitely underrated. Yeah, underrated. That's definitely underrated for sure.
But Spider-Man's overrated.
Spider-Man? You're out of your mind. Yeah, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. He knows I'm a Spider-Man fan. That's why he's saying that little bad.
No, but I know what he means. Like, I think Spider-Man can get a little bit more repetitive. Like, especially if he went for the platinum, it got really repetitive. But it's all on taste. Like, I'd rather see blood than slicing up people. But I love Spider-Man. I wanted
more blood though, didn't you? And Ghost Ship, I wanted more. I feel like they kind of toned it down. Like, you could chop off arms and heads and stuff like that, but it felt like
more blood.
It could have used more blood because it felt like, especially with those cinematic slow-mos, they put a lot of emphasis on that. But they kept
There we go. Kidding me?
Oh no.
Well,
that was right, not me.
no. In terms to answer your question, yes, I would play those games. I like those games. Those are like, bro, I've only got 2 platinums on PlayStation. One of them is Resogun, one of the best PlayStation games.
Absolutely.
On the PS4 gen. I like those games, so I definitely would. I'm playing. The reason why I say I'm playing these big AAA games, and The Last of Us is next too. But I like Prodeus, and I think my gaming habits have changed because of Game Pass. And the only reason why that's changed because of Game Pass, it's like it reminds me of the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 days where I had chipped PlayStations and I was playing pirated games. Yeah, I did it. Screw you, Sue. And that's what Game Pass is like. It's like I get to play.
Can I jump you real quick, bro?
Uh-oh.
For the people on the beautiful GameOnDaily show, right? Asa, listen to this, man. I was talking to Gaz behind the scenes, and when he had told me he hadn't completed Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2, and on and on and on.
Completed.
Last is 1 you completed, but not 2. But he was talking about 2, like he beat.
Listen,
but
it's
he's critiquing all these games.
Well, hold on. He hasn't beat. He hasn't even beaten Ghost of Tsushima. Get this goddamn motherfucker.
Now go ahead, Gaz. Defend yourself.
Go ahead.
These single player sad dad games, like it's fine. Once you've played one, you've played them all. No. Whoa, my voice. What was that? I'm echoing like mad.
No, you're not.
No, look, there are games I need to go back and touch. Ghost of Tsushima I played when it came out, touched it a bit, came back, touched it. Actually, I played it. Actually, that's a lie. PlayStation 5 launch because 60 frames. It was good. Spider-Man, I've started playing it. I think I'm almost maybe halfway to completing it. I will complete it. I think it's overrated. Ghost of Tsushima, I will actually try and get the platinum because I enjoy playing it so much. The Last of Us 2, the leaks ruined it. The leaks ruined the game to the point where even now, I'm going into it like, and I love The Last of Us 1. I love the multiplayer in Last of Us 1.
I did too.
Infamous Second Son is a game that I have a platinum for because I like just the feel of the game.
Yeah.
So I'm a multiplayer head, but these kind of games, they are great. Chat, if you haven't heard of this next game, this could be a big one. And many of you may have not even heard of it, but this game looks insane. This could be potentially the next Overwatch. That's how good it could be because it looks amazing, chat. What am I talking about? It's a new game, new trailer.
You don't have much time because you got next month. You got next month, man. That's when the internet breaks.
Next month?
God of War, dog.
Oh, God of War. I'm in bloody Thailand when that game comes out. So annoying. There it is. It's the finals. The finals? Look at this game. Please, for people on Spotify, sorry, we are watching a trailer of the finals. It is... looks so good.
That's made by the ex-Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 devs, correct?
Absolutely.
That's the same game?
Ex-Dice
yeah, Overwatch is definitely trash. Don't ever compare that game to Overwatch, but go ahead.
I mean, Overwatch 2 is out soon. And that's basically, if you want to talk about sequels that aren't actually sequels, that's Overwatch 2. That's a glorified deal. It's not barely DLC in my opinion, but the single player thing will be interesting. But this game looks beautiful. This looks next gen. My mate didn't even believe me. He said this is not in game. This is pre-alpha footage. It looks fully in game. Visuals look. This is what I want from next gen. Look how like turns into even that little bit where they shoot the people and they turn into coins. It just looks wacky. It looks weird. It's like, what's the gameplay like? It looks mad to me. Like 3-on-3 multiplayer. This is the kind of game Sony need to deliver in the live service arena.
That's what I'm saying. They got the talent to make something like that. So I don't know what's all this bitchy.
Yeah. Oh, look at this super chat from Hoggy. Directed at Blaze, and I love it.
Blaze,
let me know. Let me throw this back at you. Are you saying indie devs shouldn't bother being on PlayStation because PlayStation players will only play big games?
No, that's a great point, Hoggy. But what I was saying to Gaz was, would he even give that game the time of day if he had other games to actually play. If Xbox actually put out software in 2022, would he actually be playing these games? Because that's what Game Pass is there for. Like, there's nothing to play. Let me try something new. That's the whole point of Game Pass. So my thing is just saying.
I disagree.
Listen,
with that.
if you had the next, what's an Xbox game? The next Doom or something, you wouldn't be playing that. You would choose Doom. Is what I'm saying. That's all I was saying. Not to say that. Listen, I play indie games all the time.
Even cap gas, you know damn well you.
But
that's not true. Not true. I can give you clear examples.
That's trying so hard. If
give me an example.
Came out, he ain't playing no damn.
Listen, I love Forza Horizon 5. I haven't I played it quite a bit, but I usually try and I haven't completed that much. Doom, I've completed all the DLCs except the last one because I want to stream it as well. But I haven't played it because I'm playing this, and I love Doom Eternal. Like, I'm sick of that game. And I love that game. There are loads of games that I'm playing right now that are big games that I haven't missed out because of busy life, whatever, that I haven't even touched. So when you're saying, would I play those games? I have games to play right now. Spider-Man Miles Morales is not a small game. Neither is The Last of Us Part 2. I need to complete Red Dead Redemption 2, which I sat on. And I'm still playing Prodeus. And I'm playing. My gaming habits have changed. And a lot of people, like in the new Twitterverse, Phil Spencer this week announced that he's going to offer an option to turn off, what's it called? Quick resume thing. What's it called? Quick resume. I changed. One of the reasons why I haven't actually completed a lot of games is quick resume. I bounce between games. My ADHD that's been a game changer for me.
You're a TikTok gamer, aren't you?
What's a TikTok gamer?
TikTok has
short attention span.
Yeah, the little quick video, next video. Yeah.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you're right. That's a good way to call me a TikTok gamer because I play a lot of multiplayer games. If you know that, if you want to be good at multiplayer, you have to devote your time to games. I've stopped playing Apex Legends. The reason why I can play these other games, but games like this. Red goes, you're not a gamer. You're an Xbox shill. Yeah, watch me shit on your chest if you got 1v1 me, bruh.
I mean, Asa, me and Blaze are right here. We got you two here. Blaze, should we just go ahead and say it? A road company, should we just go ahead and put it out there?
Road company played it, bought the battle pass.
Oh, they brought the battle pass, Blaze.
Guys, how's this? If you could beat me and Big Cloud in Road Company, I will seriously go live and I'll burn every PlayStation propaganda thing I have live. If you could beat me.
Yeah, because I don't think you're ready.
2-on-2?
2-on-2?
It's up to you.
Yeah.
All right. Tell you what. Right.
We'll give Ace a pass because Ace is not part of it. He's one of us. So.
How about this? Give me a couple of weeks. In 2 weeks, Saturday, whatever time works. In 2 weeks we go live 2v2. I'll find not Asa. Asa's crap at PvP. I'm sorry, Asa. You suck.
Damn.
Give you teammate, Road Company. I'll practice. It's gonna happen, and we'll post it up. We'll post it up. 100%.
There you go.
We'll do it. Just tell me
RGT versus GameOnDaily.
But he's good at Road Company. But it's a one-way bet because I'm not burning anything because you're good at it. But
you're gonna burn something. You're gonna burn.
No, you're gonna burn a Saw shirt if we beat you.
Oh, that's painful.
No. Move your camera to the left. Yes. Show everybody what's on the left side of you. You're gonna burn that light. Right behind
I'll burn the soul side. That's an expensive light. I'll burn the soul side.
You're gonna burn that light. So Asa, keep respect on Asa. He's the one who's got the real one. There you go.
Gaz's knees are shaking. You must be joking. But the finals. Let's go back to the finals. What do you think about the Asa? Is this a game that you think? Do you agree with me that has potential to be the next Overwatch?
It looks amazing, and there's a few games coming. Hyenas is another multiplayer game that looks a little bit different, but the finals with its destruction, absolutely. Like, they should have let me in the alpha, not because I'm an influencer and chill and would say nice things about it, but because I'm silly and I just want to play games. Let me play the damn games.
It does look good. But Blaze, you don't like the visual style of the finals? Is that really going to put you off when the game looks so good?
I'm just surprised that's the style they went with. I just thought they would have. It does look realistic at times. I'm not gonna lie, like especially the particle effects and all that. Listen, I'm interested in it. I signed up for it a while ago. I think it was like a week ago. But
okay.
I'm interested in it. Listen, I'm all for new multiplayer. And if the people are saying Rogue Company, really, Rogue Company is a multi-plat game that's also cross-gen, cross-platform, all that. So it's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense. And Gaz plays Rogue Company, or used to, and actually enjoys it. So why not?
Yep.
We're not going to play Gears of War 5 and sit in the server waiting to find the game, so we might as well do that.
Wow. Sauce! I'm not going to defend Gears of War there, but I'll let
that is going to be blood. It's going to be a lot of broken shit.
Last and final topic. Saudi Arabia, the Habibi squad, they are getting into gaming, and they're going to get into gaming in a big way. They've announced that they are. They've got the money to do it, and they're going to put serious money into the space, buying publishers. Now, I want to get your take on that, because people also like Saudi is like, Saudi MBS fees, blah, 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 blah. I want to hear it. I want to hear your take on it. Asa, what do you view Saudi Arabia's entry into the gaming space in a serious way? How do you view that?
I don't want to.
Oh, you don't want them to? Asa doesn't want them to
I don't want to. I don't want
to
give a view on that.
Really?
It's, I just want to tell them what the word.
Don't be scared. MBS won't Khashoggi you. Oh, that's quite bad. Please don't kill me.
I have my take on it. It's interesting that they're really pushing for it, but at the same time, it's not. If you guys watch Evo, the top players are from Saudi, if I remember correctly, right? They're from there. It's Arslan Ash, who's the two-time
He's Pakistani. He's Pakistani.
Pakistani. Okay, never mind. My bad. But I see them pushing forward because they see, other parts breaking into. I feel like they see a point to push forward for it. So
I think it's good. Well, I'm a little bit biased. Habibi squad, we need some Arab blood in it. Not blood, that's a bad way of saying it. But
there's talent. The game is everywhere.
I want companies, they're just investing. Saudi likes to throw money at it. Doesn't mean we're going to see Saudi-based talent. That's the problem. We don't see African-based, like these games where you want to see more African. You don't just put a black person in a game and that's it. That's pandering to. There's so much history in Africa you don't show in games. So I think me and Hoggy were talking about on the show. The scope for so many cultures to be explored in video games. Like we saw with Black Myth Wukong, we get a little bit taste of China, and look how amazing it is.
Is that game ever going to drop though? I don't think it's going to drop at this point because we keep seeing bits and pieces.
It will. They take their time. They look very talented.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I tell you, I talked to a lot of people like, oh, they always got the traditional white guy in the cover with a gun with muscles. Listen, the problem with game development is whoever's making the game, whoever's like the lead director, whoever's like, they're going to make. You know what I mean? It's all about the developers. If the developers are white, they're going to make usually a white male to go along. Not all the time, but that's just really what it is. You know what I mean? So that's really what it is. That's all I'm trying to say. So you
ultimately,
are right.
They are doing that. Now they have almost an agenda to put, let's just checkbox, let's do that. I mean, that's a different topic there. But it's nice. I'd like to explore it because I do think we are missing diversity in games. There needs to be more like African, more Saudi, so many regions, but that's a part and parcel of, and I think Microsoft.
Yeah, for you though, Gaz, because you seem to be in favor of this, but you're quite against Tencent being involved in things because of their ties to the Chinese government. Is this not like exactly the same, just a different government?
So this is where I was going to. So and the Saudi government and MBS, I have my views on it, but I'm not going to share. I don't know if they're entirely relevant in the gaming sphere, but Saudi likes to throw money at things. They're going to buy and consolidate. To me, it's a further sign, without any doubt, gaming is healthy because all these guys are now seeing it. 32 billion, bro. 32 billion is that's a sizable chunk. But how is that going to help the gaming industry? Like, what's it going to do? They're going to buy it. Their game's going to be multi-plat. They'll buy another publisher. one alarm bell, although this may be, and I was talking to someone on Twitter about this. He's also Saudi Arab, and he was saying, look, one thing I'm more worried about, he said, and it's a great point. He's more worried about Saudi buying this than Tencent, because Saudis could push censorship in games, and gamers don't like that. I don't think they will, because if you know anything about the Saud family and the recent Saudis, they try to modernize things to pander to the West and all of that. They're changing things, cinemas in Saudi Arabia, all of that is changing. So, but I am glad that the gaming industry is healthy. I'm glad that, you know, other entrants are in the space to funnel money in. I just can't see what the good is beyond that cash injection. How will that benefit the gaming industry? What is Saudi going to do? Like, they're just buying publishers, and how's that going to enrich gaming? How's it different to Tencent? Like, what are they doing? Someone in chat tell me if I'm missing the big picture here, other than the cash injection in the industry, what is Saudi Arabia going to bring to gaming other than the possibility of censorship? I say censorship, but at the same time, I like the bias there as a Muslim. I just like to see the balance redressed between, you know, perhaps like there's a lot of Western.
I mean, Saudi got a lot of money. So, you know,
I mean, one great chat Google post says Saudi's investing because they don't have oil, doesn't last forever. Maybe they're diversifying into all of that. Part of me is happy because it's like, well, it's good. They may redress the balance. Like, I'm in the middle. Look, I born in Pakistan, brought up here, very like Western in many ways. Key, you know, in terms of faith, and both worlds. There's a thing there, and the part of me is happy because sometimes in, you know, the narrative and politically and all that, that's a weird thing. But I strip away all my biases on paper. What's the difference between Saudi and Tencent?
I just want to really quickly, because I see a lot of people in chat saying that it's just investment, like that they're just in it to make money. And previously that was true. They're a national investment fund that were investing bits and pieces all over the place through gaming and other industries purely to make money. What I've seen of this one, where they say that, like the rumors saying that they're looking to buy a publisher, do say that they're doing it specifically so that they can be more involved in what is made and developed. So it's potentially going beyond that spend money to make money investment that people have become accustomed to. The reason that I don't want to talk about it is because I don't know enough about Saudi Arabia. Same as I don't like to talk about Tencent last week.
Yeah.
There's definitely valid concerns, and there's definitely strong reasons to want better cultural representation in the way that games are made. And there are valid concerns against some of these countries, and I am not knowledgeable enough to speak on it, and I do not want to put my foot in my mouth. So
yeah, and that's true. I mean, that's a sensible take to have. What about you, Big Cloud? How do you view this? Because let me lead you with that. Hoggy Channy is with a really good super chat. Thank you for the $10 super chat, because it eliminates the need to meet shareholders' return on investment. That has some value. No quarterly reports, firings, or hirings to make the books look good. I don't know if that affair just disappears entirely. Saudi Arabia generally hasn't interfered that much. But what's your take on it, Big Cloud? Do you think you're worried about it?
You know, I feel like the conversations it's deviated away from gaming. It went directly into like, who can buy
ethics
what
and stuff.
Yeah, it really has turned.
Unavoidable, no?
It kind of is, but it's like, damn, like, at what point did they get back to the games? Like every week, say, hey, this guy wants to buy this. I'm pretty sure once this Activision deal is done, Sega's next on Microsoft's list. You know what I mean? Then you might hear something for Sony going with Square Enix, because we know that's gonna happen. It's like, or Capcom or some shit. So honestly, as much as I want to comment on it, I'm just like, I'd rather wait and see what happens at this point. I get why they're interested, though. They definitely want, you know, to get a piece of the pie, because they also bought into Capcom, if I remember correctly, right, Shadi?
Yeah.
Didn't they buy into Capcom? So
or SNK? Well, I don't know. They did buy.
Yeah, I think it was Capcom. Yeah,
was it Capcom? Okay.
Yeah, it was a Capcom. So yeah. And now you got Tencent trying to get into Square. They're trying to get From Software with Sony. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go.
There's not a lot of like independent studios left. Like everybody's being bought by the bundle. You know, that's really what I'm worried about, because then you're gonna have like, you know, you're gonna have like it's just gonna be a lot of this. Everything's gonna be controlled from both sides, and you're not gonna get anything really unique or special anymore. I feel like it'll be the same template, same controlled shit that gets put out. I don't know. And like Asa is saying, like, I'm not really educated on this topic a lot, so again, you know, I got really not much to say about it.
There's not much really to say, I think, at this stage. There are some concerns.
Yeah, it's like
just observationally, it's good. Culturally, I don't. The point is quite interesting. The censorship point that my friend raised, Bavari, shout out to him, is a great point. But they tend to move away from that. They are actively moving away. Saudi's becoming a lot comparatively, it's not like they just allowed women driving and all of that, but they're opening cinemas and all sorts. And even like in the core Muslim world, it's like these guys are getting too liberal. And so like, I wouldn't worry too much about that. But yeah, let's see how that pans out. Generally, it's good. I like your super chat there, Huggy, and I hope it's true about how offhand they are. But let's see.
Shout out to Huggy, man. What a good supporter, man.
Yeah,
he is. Shout out to him, and also the super chat where he missed out. You said shout out to him. He says top quality customer service rewards players that actually play games other than Twitter and go to that grown up content site. Ooh, GameOnDaily.
Oh Lord,
that's right. Absolutely, that's a good loyalty program, but not instead of buying games. Even if it's Game Pass,
if
don't
only
look
Twitter
down
was
on
an
you
extension of
like
YouTube,
Blaze.
or should I say PlayStation?
Yeah, well,
Twitter's a cesspool, bro.
Cesspool of stupidity and I ain't gonna say it.
I figured that out recently as I enjoy my small, very short ban. But yeah, no, well, that's it. I think that I've covered all the topics. Shout out to 350 of you still watching. Please hit that like button if you liked the chat. It's been interesting from talking about the demise of PlayStation and these gents agreeing that it's dead to Xbox just reigning supreme. I was just messing.
Nope.
Honestly, no. It's been a weird news week. A lot of it negative, a lot of PlayStation stuff, but not positive as such. But all of that will change when God of War comes out. And it's a 90.
Yep. And you'll be back where you belong.
For meta. What's your Metacritic predictions? Chat, let me know for God of War. BitCloud, what do you think God of War is going to get?
You know, we've had this conversation before. I'm pretty sure off air. I'm gonna go with a 90. The reason why I go with a 90, I'm going to 90. It's probably gonna more likely hit around like 88, 89, but I'm gonna put it up to a 90. The reason why? Because remember when we first got God of War 2018, this was our first time getting it in that new perspective, and they put a more emphasis on the crazier storytelling, narrative driven. So that flair is kind of like fallen a little bit off, and now it's kind of more the same going into it. Basically faces the same problem that Horizon faced. Remember, it's more the same but refined. Yeah. So it's really going to come down to story, soundtrack, characters, combat. And from what we've seen, it looks like they nailed everything.
But Big Cloud, like I said, Horizon was better than the first Horizon by every single thing, except for maybe the story, right? Yeah, but it was literally better. NPCs, facial animations, quest, character design, all that, and it somewhat scored lower. So Metacritic, that well, you can never really tell.
I will say, just because it's better, you always expect the second game to be better incrementally in all those things, but all the changes.
How does it score worse, guys? Explain that.
I'll tell you why it scores worse. Okay, look, better visuals. That's a given. New tech and all of that. That's fine. Almost you should expect better visuals in case, unless it's Halo Infinite. Then you've got gameplay ramification. Gameplay is the big one. There has to be divergent. Like, was it a massive improvement? I haven't played Zero Dawn.
Gameplay is always, like you said, it's a sequel, so it's gonna be really
reuse assets,
incremental upgrades. Upgrades. That's really what a sequel is, man.
Also,
but to score better, you have to do a lot more better.
What did Last of Us 2 do better?
Let's use an example here, guys, because I remember correctly.
Did a lot of things worse.
So you remember Uncharted? I guess remember Uncharted 1 hit like an 80 something on Metacritic when it first dropped. The first one.
Uncharted 1, yeah.
Yeah, like 80, maybe 70. I forgot. It was like in the 80s. Uncharted 1. Then Uncharted 2 came, and that was the one that broke out the franchise and pretty much saved the PS3. Right, that was like a 95, super high on the list. Then Uncharted 3. I think Uncharted 3 scored a little lower than 2, and then so on and so forth. So really, even if it's in the same, like it can score a little less lower, but if it's in the same score, the 90 bracket, it's fine. Yeah, at that point. So
I can completely see why it would score lower.
By the way, sorry,
91. Okay.
Which one? Uncharted 2?
God of War Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok. He thinks there will be a 91. I think 90. My brain is saying 92 or 94, but I would say
that's way too high. Ain't no way.
I don't know. Don't sleep on Ragnarok.
The reason God of War was
you giving it a 94? Hold on, you said 94?
There's no way. It's not.
Wow.
You'll be surprised. I know a lot of people get DLC.
But God of War was a culture shock, bro. It was like, whoa, that's not what God of War looks like to me. Like God of War.
I think this will be okay. Let me settle on 92 then. 92 because the game looks.
I'm sticking with a 90.
Because the argument should be, like you said, Blaze. This could be a rectification of all the things God of War could get right. Like there were problems with the first game was the repetition in combat and enemy variety. This game looks like it's delivering an incredible. What more do you want from God of War? You want an epic story, done. You want great visuals, looks incredible. You want excellent gameplay, looks like it's a lot more fluid, lots more move. Well, obviously, what remains to be seen. Gameplay looks amazing. Sound design, all of that. Well, obviously, we need to play more.
Listen, if this game's DLC Mortal Shill, right? How does it feel that DLC content is going to be better than anything on Xbox for the next decade? How does that feel to you? Listen, Mortal Shill, when you have come holla at me when you have a game that looks and plays better than God of War. Until then, don't say nothing, buddy. Okay? Thanks.
I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance. Stop
the tape. This kid needs to be locked away.
Guys, can you name me a game better than God of War on Xbox?
Stop the tape.
Guys, be honest, guys. I don't care. Name me a game better than God of War. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Which God of War? Ragnarok? Haven't played it.
No. 2018.
A single player game. There's nothing that comes single player game. There's nothing on Xbox. Chat.
Okay.
If you say Gears of War, I'll beat you. No, but Gears of War is better. There we go. Right there it is. Because there's multiplayer. Okay, fine. It's slightly different, but it doesn't come close to God of War. Let's be real. Horizon 5 scored higher. Horizon 5 is like a car racing game, man.
Play stupid. I see you.
Chat is getting messy right now. Halo Infinite, Huggy. What the? He's trolling though. Huggy. He's trolling.
Nah, Blaze is this thing when he's like, when
God of War. You have to give you respect. It was like dealer gaming, game of the gen for him. Like Xbox guys recognize PlayStation has delivered those big bangers,
especially when you ain't got nothing. Oh, excuse me.
Well, that would change when we get Hell. Everyone compares Hellblade.
That would change until we wait till.
So see, chat. This is why I got annoyed when Xbox didn't have a good showcase, because I knew this was because we had to wait.
Exactly.
Again.
You knew I was gonna be. I was just sitting there waiting. Like, so about that invite.
Starfield is a different type of game. PlayStation has nothing close to Starfield. All right, fine. In that sense, it's fine. What does PlayStation have? Let me turn it on its head. What does PlayStation have that could even remotely match the scope of RPG like Starfield?
You really brought up Starfield after that. Oh God!
Name me one game PlayStation has that can match Starfield.
Asa, save him, Asa.
Look, Asa.
The show is about Edwin running on bonus time. There's still 350 people watching. Let's just get messy. Look, I want to get messy. This is what I love. I love it. I'm a petty man. Tell me what comes close to Starfield on PlayStation. What is in the future?
You mean No Man's Sky that did it before Starfield?
What are you talking about? No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is a fully fledged RPG. You guys don't have any RPGs that come close to Starfield. You won't. You will.
Oh man.
What's that? Why have you got your Xbox out?
Hey, before you call me a pony, watch your mouth, all right? You call me a pony, just watch your mouth. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? Watch your mouth. I got another box. Wait right here.
I can do that too. I can do that.
Watch your mouth. You know
Before you call me an Xbox, that's a PlayStation, by the way, the black. Yeah. Because the PlayStation designed ugly-looking consoles out to make it.
PlayStation, Xbox destroys PlayStation when it comes to making custom consoles, when it comes to making anything custom, when it comes to packaging. PlayStation is complete dog shit. That's the truth.
Yeah, okay, fine. I expected more resistance there, but
no, none.
Okay, let me ask you this question, because I think PlayStation are screwed next year. What does PlayStation have next year?
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil
deal
what?
with that 4 remake. Which that deal? They got the deal with that. But no. What is going on next year? Is Forspoken coming next year? Is this Forspoken next year? Forspoken, you got
okay.
I know nobody's talking about that. I know nobody's talking about that shit.
Yeah, Forspoken
Spider-Man 2. You got
PSVR 2, which looks more the same. Yeah, nice.
Factions 2. Yeah, Factions 2 info for that shit.
You got the black.
Forgot about Factions 2.
And like you've got the entire.
I own an Xbox controller. Yo, Big Cloud, you're so sad. Big Cloud, cut it out. He put up one Xbox controller. Big Cloud, where's your Xbox at? He went. That's funny.
I was hoping you dumbass would catch on, but you wait till after we done with you piece of shit.
Yeah. What do you think, Ace? You think PlayStation will have next year?
He's like dead sleep.
I think they've got nothing to worry about. They've got an entire year of exclusivity on a quest on Hogwarts.
Hey, Dom DeMarco. That was fine.
So it swings and roundabouts, man.
Oh my god,
the game is changing, bro. Like this is why Jim Ryan's running off to the CMA. Look, Xboxes. Look, man, you may not like Starfield. You think it's No Man's Sky.
Ain't nobody like
I'm buying Starfield. I'm buying Starfield day one.
You ain't buying this shit. You ain't buying this shit.
I'm a big space guy.
You got Wolverine, which will come out God knows when. You got Spider-Man, which, let's be honest, is going to be the same game. All right, fine.
Your ass up. Watch your mouth.
You've got... What else is there? Wait, actually,
what else is on next?
Yo, we don't know what
Final
Sucker
Fantasy
Punch,
16.
what they're making. We don't know what Ben Studio's making. We don't know what the Naughty Dog's making. Like, just pump the brakes a little bit. Listen, I guarantee you, in terms of impactful games, you guys can have all these games, but in terms of impactful games that are memorable and people remember, I guarantee you it'll be a PlayStation game at the end of the day. And you listen, I got a question for you guys.
Yes.
From the Xbox One on to this point forward, can you give me a memorable game from Xbox? A memorable game that's a classic that you can say, you know what, you own an Xbox One, play this. I'll wait.
Even from an Xbox One?
Yeah, from that forward, just give me a memorable game that goes.
I can't cap. What, Sea of Thieves or Sunset Overdrive? I can't. Xbox fucked up.
That's all I want to hear. That's it. Quantum Break, Mike, cut it out, Mike.
He said Quantum Break. Ain't nobody talking about that. Man, get that shit, man. Fuck.
Listen, chat, help me out. I can't think of a single Xbox game.
Rise was good. Rise was good. Rise
is cool. Rise is cool, but it's not memorable.
But it's not memorable. It's not memorable.
Rise is cool. I really like Rise, but it's not memorable. Come on, guys, cut it out.
So, Drone TJ, thank you for
if you say Gears of War, I'm gonna fucking
PlayStation has nothing in the next year.
Maybe Ori.
Ori. Yeah, there you go. That's one.
Ori's a good game. Is it memorable though? I loved it. Both games.
Ori's memorable. Gears of War.
Is Ori only on Xbox, by the way?
Yeah.
And Switch. And PC.
And yeah.
No.
That's different. Xbox has at least 5 first-party games. This is why I want to see the quality of. I'll say, and I've said this before. I'll say it again. Who am I more confident in delivering quality? PlayStation or Xbox?
That's why you're Team Blue, baby.
It'll be fucking stupid to think Xbox at this stage. All of that might change, but I'm way more excited about. I'm way more excited about Xbox.
Hey, to the dudes coming at my boy Blaze, is this your king? He said he's not. He doesn't have confidence in Green. Is this your king?
Your king don't even have confidence. Is this your king?
These guys give me shit every week. I say the same thing.
He's a different person when he with us. He'd be like, fuck Xbox. I told y'all, man. Listen.
This is how I know you guys don't even watch this show until you're on, you frauds. I am there as always. I'm getting mugged because I'm always calling out Xbox. By the way, Halo official Twitter blocked me. That's how much they fucking hate me.
Wait, Halo's official Twitter blocked you?
Yeah, because it's run by John Junisic, and he was like,
no.
And I was like, oh, what can we do better? Some stupid tweet, and I was like, what? Are you going to ban Australian players for being bad actors for using geofilters and block? I'm like, listen, I'm a proper Halo fan, not like you.
The chat's roasting you, Gad. It's like, oh, I don't see him as a king. King? Hey, my king. Damn.
I am your king.
Man.
A pixel bit G, I am your king. A BK board game. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Great pod as usual. Didn't expect to see the homies Bit and Blaze. Appreciate the weekend entertainment. Thank you so much for that.
Shout out to Brooklyn Boy.
Pixel says I'm a pony on the lowdown. Trust it.
You damn right he is a pony. I see him off air. You like fuck Xbox.
I'm that like that on air, but I will say,
Asa, you don't know this dude like we do, man. I'm telling you right now, he's a different person when he's not with you. I'm telling you right now.
Asa, he's completely different. He's like, yeah,
he's like GameOnDaily is my show. Yeah, you hear me? He's like GameOnDaily is my show. He's like, it's my show. It ain't. I don't.
He wouldn't dare say that behind. He wouldn't dare say that because he'd never be allowed to talk to
him. He said about
Nah, he didn't. Stop it. He didn't.
I would never say that. Any Unreal Tournament? Well, you guys are chat are weird. Gaz bought Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on PS5. Actually, I pre-ordered it on Amazon, cancelled my pre-order, used the code. I bought it on Xbox. Please don't ban me.
You played it more on PlayStation, though. Fucking fraud.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't play it on Xbox. I'm gonna forget to press button. It's better on Xbox. It's better on Xbox. Actually, no. Digital Foundry, I think it ran better on PlayStation in the 120 frames mode, but yeah.
Hey, Jeremy, you were there when we went through all the games he didn't play. You were there. Guy's the king of capping. It's crazy.
What's that? What?
You're the king of capping.
Nah, let's give it to Gaz, bro. At least he speaks his mind.
He does speak his mind on shit he don't beat. Nah,
I've never said anything. Well, that's not true. But
now I said, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I still have these to give away, by the way.
Hey, doesn't PlayStation have more rats on what game was that? I've seen something about
Plague's Tale.
What are you guys covering on Twitter? PlayStation has like 5 more rats than Xbox. It's so lame, man.
PlayStation has a lot. There are a lot more rats on PlayStation. Agreed. Yeah. No, I would not snitch on Harriet. What? Listen, chat. That was fun. I want to do more of that, just to talk shit. But I like Xbox, but I like all consoles. Okay. I think
God
PlayStation
C4 skills
is going to lose to Xbox.
And before that, Horizon, and before that, Gran Turismo. You got any other questions? Thanks.
Now the question is, let's ask you, what new experience are you playing, sir?
Exactly.
Blaze is in R. Kelly's studio.
Go ahead and with the cricket. Go ahead and with the crickets there, Blaze. Ouch.
Hey, Big Cloud and everyone, why is everybody saying Halo is dead, but it runs better than Gran Turismo 7? I seriously want to know. I don't understand.
What a horrible question, brother.
That question, Drawn. What do you mean it runs better than a racing game? I don't understand that, Drawn.
I don't either. Thanks for super chat, though. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the show. No, Drawn teachers are a nice guy. I just don't understand what the questioning is. It's not dead. Well, Gran Turismo's not dead, by the way.
It just was
definitely not dead, bro. Definitely
it's not dead, but it's irrelevant compared to Forza, which is coming out next year. You know, Forza's gonna run.
You're not gonna sneak by that little shit and move forward. No.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we end.
I knew he was gonna do it.
You know it's true.
Thank you,
Jed.
It's
It's
been
too much fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Listen, yes, look, we're ponies. Yeah, do I prefer PlayStation at heart? Yeah. Do I like their first party games? Do I like their console controller? Fine. But you can't point to another PlayStation guy that I buy all their first party games. I buy all their consoles. I buy their peripherals, their controls. I can't wait for the next Gears or the next what else games you got? But no, seriously, I can't wait. I'm serious. Like, people want Gears to go away. I want Gears so bad. I want to see Gears in Unreal 5. Like, I can't wait for that type of shit. So, listen, just because I prefer a first-party game from PlayStation, that doesn't mean I'm not buying Xbox games. I do. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dorian I told you, God of War skills. God of War, buddy.
Yeah, no. Look, Dorian Gray, before we go and do the outros, thank you for the $5 super check. It's always amusing watching console peasants go at it. It's like watching suburban housewives battle over the best minivan.
Hey, Dorian, you binge watching this shit, you fucking
he does.
Shout out to Dorian. He and everybody shout. I see.
Yeah, shout out to him as well. Drawn TJ, thank you for the $5 super check. Remember how many bugs it had at launch with the cars flipping? Forza Motorsport was going to kill Gran Turismo 7. Oh, dog. And then he says lol with the super chat just to make it rain. It's too messy. I don't react because he's right.
So weird. So weird comparison, man. Okay.
Is a weird comparison, but he's right that Forza will destroy. And on that note, BitCloud, thank you so much for being on the show. That is amazing. Asa, brace yourself. Those buttons have not been used. Now he's given me inspiration. There's going to be sound bites. And on that note, tell the lovely people what is in store for RGT, where they can find you, and all that stuff.
It's always a pleasure. Long overdue to come back, so I was looking forward to this. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Had a blast. I see y'all. Appreciate it. Of course, happy birthday to Asa. 40 years old. Even though this son of a bitch, I thought he was 23. He's cool. But shout out to Asa. Happy birthday to you, of course. Gas, my brother. It's funny. We were talking about the whole us playing Call of Duty. I just casually jumped into a voice chat, and I hear somebody say, "Wait, is that BitCloud?" I'm like, who the fuck is calling my name? Who the hell know my name in this chat? I didn't know this. Who knows my name? He's like, who you think it is, you fucking trash? But that gas? Real talk. I love gas. It's my brother, Asa, of course. It's always a pleasure. I love going back and forth with these dudes. That's the funny thing about us. It's not personal. A lot of y'all might think we go at this shit personal. It's not. Yeah, so how we talk on Discord. You would think that we're legit sworn enemies. How we talk to each other on Discord. This is legit. Me being among good family or good company that I consider family at this point. Obviously, Blaze 4K. You already know that's my partner in crime there. Solid Gas, RGT podcast. You find it on my channel, Big Cloud Game again. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find this at Solidcast. We're doing it later today, right, Bush? Was it 9 today? So later today, 9 Saturdays. And as you can find me, Twitter, same thing. But it's always a pleasure. Shout out to you guys doing your thing. Keep killing it. And congrats on 12K. Look at you guys already.
Oh, yeah.
You're about to pass a few, well, I ain't going to say it, but you know what I'm talking about. you know what I'm talking about. When that happens, I'm gonna laugh my ass off because how fast that. But anyway, keep doing your thing. Sauce videos, even though they're cringe and trash, keep them up. Keep up the cringe sauce videos, all that shit. See, he talks about Blaze. He doesn't have the balls to talk about me in the sauce video because now I'll fucking wreck him because I actually can edit. That's the problem. But anyway, shout out to y'all.
To be fair, you need to do something interesting for me to actually.
To be fair, you don't have the balls. To be fair, you have the balls to name drop me. That's the problem.
Oh, mad love for you. And lastly, but not least, it's Blaze. It's my my brother from another mother as well, man. Massive love to him, man. It's been always fun with you, bro. Like,
no, man.
You know, listen, we keep it real. We always keep it real.
That's what, guys. I got to give you credit. You know, I mean, yeah, you guys might be at Xbox, but you do. Listen, you're honest, and listen. I know you're a big channel. You don't watch me and Big Cloud anymore, but
bullshit.
When you used to,
I know.
When you used to show up and stuff like that. But I want to say you're a humble guy. I hope you keep growing. You're lucky to have a guy like Asa that just does everything for you as you sit there and run your mouth.
I know.
But Asa, happy birthday to you, man. I wish you many more, and I want to thank the chat. I know you guys want sit here and roast me and all that, but I appreciate that. I love going back and forth. But yeah, it was a good time. Solid cast tonight, 9 p.m. That's all I got to say. Appreciate it, guys.
Massive love, lots of love, man, and thank you. But please check out their content. Big Cloud's URL was wrong. That's Samurai KBG's there. I need to fix that. But shout out to Isla, who's got the right details on there. Please check it out. Please hit the like button. It helps us a lot. And share it out if you can, if you want to, if you enjoy the show. Before we go, we have to give the birthday boy an outro for the ages. I don't know what to say there. Hey, so how are you going to celebrate your 40th?
It's like the end. It's only an hour left of it.
Yes.
I'm just going to say thanks to Bit and Blaze for the lively show. That was great. Thank you, everyone in chat, for the birthday messages and for being here and talking to us like you always do. I'm not going to talk about what I'm doing this week. I'm going to talk about what all of you are doing. You're all caressing that like button, subscribing to the channel, hopping over to mine and subscribing over there, going over to Blaze and BitCloud's channels and subscribing over there. And we'll see you all then.
Yeah, absolutely. We will do. Thank you so much. Just an update. We have a Tuesday show coming. It's in the works. The graphic design on that is taking a while, but is happening. Finally, an opportunity to have a two-way conversation, because it's nice having you in text, but we want to hear the people, especially those who support. We keep the lights running here. Imagine to get to hear your voice. Get your microphones, proper microphones, at least invest in it so that we can have a chat, potentially even on camera. Just get your voice, all of you in chat. I'm talking to you viewers, because we're going to have a show where we get to speak to you guys. It's going to be epic. Obviously, some prick's going to come in and start swearing like I just did. It was so ironic. But we have to do it because we're desperate to hear from you. And that's what GameOnDaily.com is. If you please want to help us out, use that website. It's updated daily. It's a news aggregation platform. Share content there, your own content, other content. It will help us out massively. But thank you so much. We love you all genuinely for your support. And please, just like and subscribe. And the source video coming out also very soon. Take care. Love you all. Shout out Isla. Peace.
I don't believe you look as humble.
Bye.